Nice to meet you if I haven't before. If you need any blocks, props, you can use books, or if you need straps, you can use a t-shirt, a towel, anything you think you will need for your practice. Get ready, and then as soon as you got all your stuff ready, come to seated. Come to seated. You can sit on a block, on a pillow, something to maybe keep the hips slightly higher, turning hips over the knees. Tends to elongate the spine, and that's what we want, a nice long spine. Then closing your eyes and melting in your seated position. Now you can sit cross legs or sitting on your heels, whatever feels more comfortable. And you're going to take a few moments here to settle in, to arrive to our mats, to arrive to our practice. Take a few moments to observe and scan your body, noticing how your body feels this evening. So from the crown of the head, showing down through the spine, reaching the tip of the toes, and then scanning all the way up from the toes, up the legs, up the spine to the crown of the head. Noticing if you keep any tension. Generally it's the shoulders, could be the hips. See if you can let yourself a little bit more go, relax a little bit more, maybe relaxing the arms, the legs, the hips. And then we take a moment to observe our breaths. Observe your breaths, observe the inhalations, inhaling through the mouth or through the nose, whatever feels good. Feel the throat travel to the back of the throat. Feel the lungs expanding, and allow the breath to travel and fill up your belly. And as you exhale, slowly start drawing the belly button to the spine, flattening the chest. Allow the shoulders to relax, and allow the breath to travel through the back of the throat, coming up to the nose or to the mouth again, wherever it feels more natural. And then take again one more breath like that, observing the breath as it goes in, and observing the breath as it leaves the body. Take a moment now to check how you feel, not only physically. How do you feel in this moment? Any particular emotions with you? Some days we feel stronger, sometimes you feel it's a little bit more difficult to feel those emotions, those feelings, those connections. And last, shift attention to your thoughts. Coming to your thoughts. Maybe there's a particular thought with you in this moment, maybe many thoughts coming in and out. And see if you can focus your attention not on the thoughts, on the space between the thoughts. Allow those thoughts to slow down, to slowly fade away. And taking a focus on that space between the thoughts. And taking a full inhalation to the nose. Open the mouth. Breathe out. And again, full inhalation to the nose. Open the mouth. Breathe out. From here, we bring the prayer to the heart. Palms gently pressing together, thumbs softly resting on the sternum. And you take a moment here to set an intention for the practice. You set an intention, you give a purpose to the practice. Find a little bit extra energy if needed throughout the practice. And if you would like to bring to your heart someone you'd like to share your practice with, sharing your energy. Another way of finding strength when needed, a way of making practice more than you. Take a full breath in. Open this space with one arm. Breathing in. Now you can maintain the eyes closed or softly blinking those open. We count to 4. So if you're sitting on a prop on a block, take it or place it to one side. We're going to count to all 4s on your hands on the knees. And shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Few rounds of cat and cow, starting to connect movement and breath. So full inhalation as you draw the shoulders back, chest open, tailbone lifts. We look up, we lengthen the front side of the body. We reverse the movement. Start pressing with the hands, tuck the tailbone under, draw the belly button into the spine, open your neck. Full inhalations, the arms are strong, we lengthen the front. Exhale, push it around the way, rounding. And again, inhale, find space in the front. Open it up. And exhale, creating space in the back. 2 more. Inhale, think of back bend here. Exhale, finding your inversion as you fill the space between the shoulders. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. And then we sit on our heels, maintaining a space in the back. And then full inhalation, we create space in the side of the body. Push the spine to one side. Full circle forward. Weight over the wrist as you exhale. Full inhalation. Open the spine to the opposite side. Exhale, we sit back. And then we change direction. Full breath in. Exhale, circling forward. Weight over the tip of the fingers if you can. Pushing to the other side. And sitting back. From here, start adding movements. Maybe start to side. You can start taking circles with the hips, with the belly, with the chest, moving the head, slowly connecting with every part of your body. Moving the hands, the fingers, the feet, the toes. Allowing the movement to be fluid. Moving and gently breathing. Tuning in with your body. And then we slow down the movement. We slowly retract, slowly coming back to our fours. From our fours, we spread the fingers, we tuck the toes out. We start pushing with the hands, we suck the belly in, we draw the belly button to the spine, we start lifting the knees, and slowly find your first down dog, lengthening through the tail. Now keep moving in this dog. Pedal on the feet, bend the knees, draw the knees to the center line. You can lift up the legs, opening the hips. Any movement you like to do, you want to do, your body needs to do. You can come forward to a plank, maybe moving your plank. And then we slow down again. A moment in your dog. And then slowly, step by step, we walk to the top of the mat. Step by step, staying low. Shoulders and head stay low. Feet go wide, at least as wide as your hips, if not as wide as your mat. Now you can keep the hands on the ground. If it feels good, you can take the opposite elbows. You can interlace the fingers behind the back, no behind the head. You can soften the knees so there's no tension in the back. If you want to add movement, rocking side to side, or any other movement you want to do, you feel you need to do. And then again, slowing down the movements. We find stillness. We tuck the chin to the collar. We release the hands to the mat. Keeping the knees soft, we start pushing the heels into the ground. We start pushing the hips forward. We slowly raise up. Shoulders and head, last thing to raise. Once you're up, you can roll the shoulders up to the ears. Full breath in. Open the mouth. Let it go. We step to the top of the mat. We close our eyes. We find our first pose, mountain pose, Stardasana. So start activating your body from the tip of the toes to the crown of the head. Big toes touch, heels press down and gently outwards. Thighs move inwards. Tuck the tailbone under, belly button in. Breathe in. Once more, shoulders up to the ears, full breath in. Open the mouth. Allow the shoulders to drop. Maintaining a softness of space around the neck, closing the mouth, and we start breathing in and breathing out through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. Start finding length in the breath, especially in exhalations. If you go your Ujjayi breath pranayama, gently contracting the back of the throat as you breathe in and breathe out, find your Ujjayi breath, creating a sound in the back of the throat. If that's not your practice, never heard it before, don't worry about it. But try to maintain your own rhythm. Try to find your own rhythm in the breath. The rhythm that you're going to keep throughout your practice. I'm taking one more deep inhalation here. One deep exhalation. Then we gently blink and eyes open. With next inhalation, the hands go to the sky, we lengthen. And exhale, we take a deep forward fold. Hands try to reach for the ground, chest to top. We lengthen, we look forward, the heart opens. Step the right foot back, plank for left foot joints, high plank. Bring the knees down, squeeze the arms together, chest and chin forward. Top of the feet on the mat, roll forward to your cobra, shoulders roll back, elbows stay in. Gently push yourself back, finding your child pose, forehead to the ground for none. Heel to falls, exhale, tuck the toes under. We push back, downward facing dog. Finding your dog, start finding space in your dog. So spread the fingers, roll the biceps out, eyes of elbows forward, create space around the neck. Ribs in, belly in, soften the knees to lift the tailbone a little bit more, then heels push down and gently outwards. We take one more full inhalation, one full exhalation. Inhale, right foot steps forward between the hands. Exhale, left foot joints. We take a full breath, lengthen, look forward, heart opens. Exhale, take a deep forward fold. Full breath in as we raise high, hands to the sky, gaze to the thumbs. Prayer to the heart, Samastiti, release the hands to the side. Once more, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, we lengthen. Exhale, folding forward, finding your Uttanasana. We lengthen, we look forward. Step the left foot back, right foot joins high plank. We're going to take an extra breath here. Move the weight of the chest over the wrist, over the tip of the fingers. Exhale, bend the elbows halfway, Chaturanga. Staying for full inhalation, full exhalation. Now you can drop the knees if you want, or come to the top of the feet, knees lifted, upward facing dog. Pushing back, downward facing dog. Again, find your dog, find your stillness. Try to share the weight equally between the hands and the feet so you're not collapsing forward, but you're pushing the ground away. Again, lengthening through the tailbone. And in and through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. One more full inhalation. Deep exhalation. Next inhalation, left foot steps forward. Exhale, right foot joints. Take a full breath in, look forward, chest open. Exhale, deep forward fold. Full inhalation, we raise high. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Release the hands to the side, Samastiti. Weight to the heels, we bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Lengthen, look forward, start pulling the weight to the fingers here. Exhale, walk, step, flow back, finding your Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, pushing back, downward facing dog. From here, right foot steps forward between the hands, warrior one, right side. Left heel grounded, right hip pulls back, hands reach high. Exhale, we frame the front foot, we press, we try to lift, so there's no sound, stepping back, lower down, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, chest open. Pushing back, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, warrior one, left side. Left hip pulls back, breathe long as you try to square the hips. Exhale, we frame the front foot, we press, we lift, we step back, lower down, Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, roll the shoulders back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot steps forward, warrior one, right side, second round, a little bit more space in the hip. Exhale, we frame, we step back, we lower down, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward. Holding one left side. Breathing long as we lift. Breathe out. Hands to the ground. We step back. Lower down. Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Again, finding your dog. Finding your stillness. Finding the rhythm in your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Next exhalation. Slowly soften the knees, look forward. Walk, step or float to the front of the mat. Lengthen, look forward. Exhale, deep foot forward. We bend the knees as we raise up. Utkatasana. Exhale, folding forward. Uttanasana. We lengthen, we look forward. Walk, step, flow back. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Pushing back, downward facing dog. From here, right leg to the sky, we point the toes. Exhale, right knee, right armpit, keep the knee high, draw the belly button in. We push back, three-legged dog. Finding our twist, right knee, left armpit. We look over left shoulder. Breathing in. Exhale, knee to the forward, kiss your knee. Pushing back, three-legged dog. Exhale, long step forward, high lunge. Left heel pushes back, reaching behind the hands. Exhale, hands to the ground. We press, we lift, we step back, we lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Option here, second chaturanga. Push back, downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky, point the toes. Left knee, left armpit. Weight comes forward, belly button in. Pushing back, three-legged dog. We find our twist, knee to arm, look over the right shoulder. Raising hand. Bring the knee to the forward, kiss your knee, down the spine. Push back, three-legged dog. We step forward, high lunge. Right heel pushes back, hands go hard. And exhale, frame the foot. Press and lift, step back, lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, in your own way, pushing back, downward facing dog. Finding your rhythm in your breath. Inhale, exhale. Remember, you can always change your chaturangas for knees, chest, chin. You can always take a child pose instead of a down dog. Make your practice as yin or as yang as you need. Maintaining always the rhythm in the breath. Inhale. Exhale. One more full breath in. Exhale, we soften knees, we look forward. Walk, step or float to the front of the mat. Lengthen, look forward. Exhale, we fold. We bend the knees, we raise up to our chair pose. And we stay here. Weight to the heels, we shift or we lift the 10 toes. We spread the toes, we place the toes down. We sit a little bit lower, tuck the tailbone under. Belly stays in, ribs stay in, relax your shoulders. And next inhalation, we're going to bring the chest to the thighs. Half chair pose, tailbone pushes back, hands reach forward. Heels press down and gently outwards. And then inhaling, lift up the heels. Keep the heels glued together if you can. Exhale, draw the belly button in. Reach for the hands down the spine. With control, hands to the ground. Knees go behind the armpits or triceps. Kakasana, Bakasana. You can always take a block here to place underneath the forward if you want. Block, we lift. Without the block, same thing. You can have the elbows bent. Kakasana. You can have the arms straight for your Bakasana. If you go your inversion, crown on the head on the ground. Same thing, lift. Crown on the head on the ground. Slowly lifting up. If you went up, with control, Slowly coming back, maybe going through your crow for a moment. Exhale, step flow back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, pushing back, downward facing dog. Take a breath here, a moment here to find your rhythm again. And then next inhalation, right leg to the sky, we point your toes. Exhale, take a long step forward. Raising up to a high lunge for a moment. I'm going to turn around so you can see my right side. Reaching high with the hands, and then exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Right hand reaches back, left hand reaches forward. Try to pick up the back thigh, try to reach forward the right knee, try to maintain the right hip in line with your right shoulder as you twist. So you're not leaning forward, you're not leaning back, you're nice and centered. Driving forward the right knee, pushing back the left heel. Breathing in, breathing out. Now we're going to reverse the front hand. We take it back. The right hand tries to reach for the back of the left knee. You can look down or you can look up. Keep driving for the right knee. Keep extending the left side. Breathe in to the left. Breathe out to the right. Inhale. Exhale. Both hands to the sky once more. Inhaling high lunge. Exhale, we're going to open up Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana B. Now the stance is the same. The stance is long. Back foot slightly turned in. Right knee drives forward. Right knee stays to the right. Lift the rib cage. Ribs and belly in. Extend the arms, soften the shoulders. Stacking the tailbone under. Try to straighten the back leg. Make sure there's energy to the outer edge of the foot to protect the knee. We're going to reverse it again. So right hand to the sky or palm to the sky. Exhale. Going back. Left hand can stay on the left leg. Try not to have it direct on the knee. Or you can wrap it behind the back. Maybe take hold of the thigh. If you got the thigh, roll the thigh down. Keep extending the right side. In to the right. Exhale. You find softness. And try not to arch the spine. So push the belly button in. Fill the space between your arm and the back. One more full inhalation. One full exhalation. From here, start extending forward. You can keep the left hand there if you got the bind. Then take that right hand down to the ground. You can keep the left hand behind. As you bring the right hand underneath, you take hold of the left wrist and you pull down. Keep the front knee pushing forward and then you lean back. Allow the left shoulder to soften. And breathing in and breathing out. One more full breath. And then releasing the bind if you got the bind. We're going to frame the front foot. We're going to take a step forward the left foot. Making the stance slightly shorter. Pyramid pose or forward facing triangle. So you can have the hands on the ground. If you cannot reach the ground, take 2 blocks and frame the foot. Or you can have the hands on the shin. Then you're going to pull the ground as the heart leans forward and exhale. Melt forward, but instead of rounding and doming, think of sending the heart towards the right big toe. Option here, you can move the hands back. If you got the hands back, option flamingo, you can bring the left knee in, 2 knees glued together, left heel pushes in, and then you lean maybe on your right heel as you look towards the back. Make yourself small, pull with the hands, breathing in, inhale, exhale. One more full breath in. Then place the foot down, the back foot down if you want in front of me. Move the left hand to the inside of the right foot. I suggest to take a block. Place the hand, the left hand on the block. Press down and pull. Take the right hand on the lower back. Start bringing the heart forward. Then twisting to the right hand to the sky. And see if maybe you need to make the stance slightly longer. Try to have the left shoulder in line with the right as much as you can.
I always call these ones warrior two arms, and you're going to find in many poses where you want to stretch out the chest. Keep drawing back the right hip. Press down to the left heel. Now you're going to look down once more. And you can use the block or without the block. We're going to transfer the left hand forward. You're going to bring the weight forward. Paravrita Ardha Chandrasana, twisted half moon pose. Weight to the left hand, start lifting the left leg, point your toes, and then finally again your twist. Try to kick as hard as you can with the left heel. Point your toes, trying to straighten the leg. Right hand reaches out again. Warrior two arms here as you spiral the chest open. Bringing back the intention to mind while you practice. One more breath here. And then without dropping the back leg, we bring both hands to the ground. Standing split. Now lift that left leg as much as you can. Here you should have the hands flat on the ground. No tip of fingers. So use supports if you need. First we bring the chest as flat as we can down our thigh. We can stay here. We can take one hand behind the ankle or both hands behind the ankle. If you're working on an inversion, take the hands to the ground. First option, you simply rock forwards and backwards. Try not to bring the chest forward, but try to bring the upper back forward. Then you can take small hops. Hops means the left leg is straight, right heel comes into the chest as quick as you can. If you're working on floating, you transfer the weight to the tip of the fingers. You press with the hands, left leg becomes light, right foot joins the left. We find our handstand. And we breathe here. With control, wherever you are. We slowly come down. Left leg at the back of the mat. We drop the left heel to the left. Left hand comes in the middle of the mat. And we bring the right leg back. Vashisthasana, options here. You can have the feet, one in front of the other one. You can have the feet stacked. Maybe decide to float the foot, trying to create a straight line. Kick with the heel and maybe bring the right hand forward. Maybe look at your right hand. If you got your bind, take the big toe. Allow the heart to open. So you're looking to the sky. We push to the toes of the right foot. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more full breath. Now see if you can avoid using the right hand. Press the left hand down. We're going to take a long step forward. Right foot comes to the top of the mat. We drop the left knee. Full breath in. We raise high with the hands. Exhale. Take the prayer to the heart. Tuck the left elbow outside the right thumb. Now use the right thumb to pull down the right thigh. So there's more space for your left elbow to come in. Prayer to the heart. Drive forward the right knee. Push down with the right hand. Look over your right shoulder. Now options here. You can stay here. You can play with your arms. You can take binds if you want. If you want, you can lift the back knee. Straighten the back leg. Or even taking a Vinyasa here. Both hands to the ground. Weight comes forward. Extend the legs. Floating, squeezing the elbows in. Taking your choice. And we breathe in. Exhale. One full inhalation. One deep exhalation. Then we look down with control, both hands to the ground. We step back. We lower down, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Pushing back, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to start squeezing the biceps together. We're going to slowly try to bring the elbows down at the same time. So squeezing the biceps, turning the biceps outwards with control, bending the elbows, elbows to the mat. From here, take a moment, you can take the knees down. If you got a block, take a block, a book, frame it, but only with the thumb and the index. So the other fingers are wide open. Frame, squeeze the elbows in, forearms to the ground, lifting up the hips. Options here. You can working on pushing down the heels, creating space in the back of the legs. You can rock forwards and backwards. You can do it with 3 legs. If you got your Pincha Mayurasana, try to walk the feet closer in. Then right leg to the sky. Tip the weight forward. Use the strength in the right leg. Slowly, we find our Pincha Mayurasana. Lifting up, pushing back the chest, maybe looking through the arms. One more falling leg. One forward exhalation. With control wherever you are. Legs come down, drop the knees. Now you can take a childbirth, or you can sit on your heels. Take a moment here, close your eyes. Full breath in through the nose. Open the mouth. Again, inhale. Take a moment here to find your own rhythm. Coming back your Ujjayi breath if you have your Ujjayi breath going. And from here, hands to the ground. Tuck the toes on. We push back, downward facing dog. And from here, left leg to the sky, we point the toes. And we take a long step forward. High lunge, raising high. And then we twist to the left. Right hand forward, left hand back. Warrior 2 arms. Find the middle line so you're not leaning forward, you're not leaning back. Belly in, ribs in, shoulders down. Open up. Push back to the back leg. Drive for the left knee. Push back to the right heel. Push forward with the left knee. We take one more breath here, twisting. And then we reverse the front hand. We take it back. Right hand reaches high. The left hand tries to reach for the back of the leg. Full breath in, lengthen to the right. Exhale, soften to the left. You can look down or looking up. Make sure the left knee stays pointing forward. Breathe and creating space in the right side. Exhale, find softness in the left. Then full elevation, both hands to the sky, a high lunge. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Stance is nice and long. Left knee pointing forward. Energy to the back leg. Left knee moves in or outwards, so it's not collapsing inwards. Warrior 2 arms, again, find the middle line. Settle in. Tuck the tailbone under, belly in, ribs in, chest flat. Soft gaze forward. Then we reverse the front hand. We reverse the warrior. Hand on the leg, make sure you're not pressing on the knee. Maybe wrapping the hand behind the back and pulling the left thigh down. Push to the outer edge of the back foot. And again, extend the front side, the left side. Exhale, soften the right. Try not to create a back bend. So belly in, it's a side stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Then slowly coming forward, extend the left hand, extend the left side. Left hand to the ground, you can stay here. Maybe taking the bind, taking hold of the right hand and leaning back. You don't have to take the bind. You can have the hand inside. You can work on pushing the left shoulder against the left knee. And then the right hand can stay reaching forward, creating a straight line from the tip of the fingers down to the heel. Finding like extend the side angle pose. And the belly should not be looking down, but the belly should be looking to the right side or even turning to the sky. And then looking down, releasing the body. If you got the bind, frame the front foot. Small step forward. Align the feet. Right foot turns in slightly. The left hip moves back. We pull with the hands. The heart comes forward. Exhale. Forward facing triangle. Finding your pyramid pose. Press down to the left big toe. Push down to the right heel. Options here as before. You can have the hands flat. Pointing forward. Hands back. You can even wrap them behind the back leg. Or taking your flamingo. So the two knees come together. You squeeze the knees together so the thighs become one. Squeeze the right heel into the back and lifting the left or the left toes, balancing on the left heel. Breathing in, breathing out. And then slowly place the right foot down. Move the right hand forward. Oh, sorry, first twist the triangle. So right hand moves inside the left foot. So take a block here, place a hand up, press down, find height with the chest. You should be able to come forward with the heart. Then left hand lower back, then we twist. Remember, warrior two arms. So if you feel you're coming too forward with the right shoulder, maybe take a small step back with the right foot. Make it slightly longer. Try to find the alignment where right hand, left foot in line, and then you can open up the chest, pulling back the left leg, push down to the right heel, press down to the left big toe, pressing down and pulling, pressing down and pulling. And we breathe, inhale. One more, inhale. We look down. We shift the weight forward. Take the block with you if you want, or without the block. Weight comes on the right hand. Press down to the left heel. Point your toes to the right foot. You lift. And again, the left arm goes up. And again, try to find the alignment, the two shoulders, the two arms, the warrior two arms. Keep pressing back, thigh spiral inwards. Lift up the left knee. Press down with the left heel. Lifting up, one more breath in. Don't drop the right leg. Both hands to the ground. Standing split. Same option as before. Start with the hands flat, framing the left foot. Chest comes down. Maybe framing the foot with the hands or taking hold of the heel. Or walking the hands forward. Hands forward, the hands should be flat. And you start rocking, lifting the left heel. Use the momentum as you lift the heel to give you a push forward. But I'm coming forward with the upper back. As we did before, you can take small hops. Drive the left heel into the chest as quick as you can. Maybe stay here. Maybe work on straightening both legs. Tucking the tailbone under and finding your hands down. One more full breath. With control. We step back with the right foot. Right foot back, so dropping the right heel to the right. We take our Vashisthasana. I'm on this side so you can see me. So right heel drops to the right hand to the center of the mat. Feet, your choice. One foot in front of the other one. Feet stacked, floating or bind. You choose your variation. Finding again the rhythm in the breath. Pushing forward the hips, belly button in. Push through the left heel if you've got the leg floating. Reach forward the fingers and maybe you look forward. One more breath. With control, try not to use the left hand. Draw the left knee into the chest. Long step forward. Drop the right knee. Full breath in, we raise. Exhale, we find a twist. Parivrtta Parsvakonasana. Again, use the left hand. Pull down the hip. Tuck the elbow in. Prayer to the heart. We look over the left shoulder. Taking variation. You can stay here. Breathing here. Maybe you lift the knee. Remember, any variation you're doing, come back always to the breath. The breath should stay the same. Inhale. Exhale. If you want your palm balance, same thing we did before, hands to the ground. You squeeze the elbows in, maybe finding your Kundinasana. You can keep the legs bent, you can extend the legs if you want. And slowly retracting from wherever you are, with control, hands to the ground, stepping back to your high plank, lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, pushing back, downward facing dog. Same thing we did before. Start activating your arms, squeeze the biceps in, eyes on the elbows, start pointing forward. We soften the elbows, we try to land the elbows down at the same time. Now you can take the knees down if you want, or find directly your block, frame your block as we did before. Walk the feet in, taking your choice. Dolphin, rock it, left leg to the sky, walking. Maybe you lean forward, maybe finding your pincher, MoreYoga. Push to the elbows, chest pushes to the arms, pointed toes, maybe relaxing the head. And when you're ready, with control, one foot down, other foot down, knees to the mat. You can take your child pose, forehead on the block, or sit on your heels, closing your eyes, and finding your rhythm. Inhale, open the mouth. And again, inhale. Allow the breath to soften. And find your rhythm. Inhale into the nose, exhale into the nose. Contracting the back of the throat if you got your Ujjayi breath. Then we tuck the toes under and we push back. We find our downward facing dog. From down dog, we come to seated. We bend the knees, we look forward, step or float to seated. And then extend the legs, Navasana, finding our bow pose. So legs straight if you can, pointed toes, reach forward with hands, chest open. And then we're going to slowly lower the left leg. We're going to float the left foot. Keep extending both legs. Keep driving forward the feet so the chest lifts. Then flex only the bottom foot. Place the heel down. Now you're going to draw the right knee to the chest. You're going to take hold of the outer edge of the right foot. Right hand goes behind. Formulation, press the left heel down, start extending the right leg. Try not to cross the legs. And then again, warrior two arms. Right hand reaches back. Soft gaze to the back hand. Now option here, you can point your toes to the left foot. Maybe you lift up the left leg. You find the balance. You find your core here to lift the left leg. Point the toes, chest open, and we twist and we breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep maintaining the heart moving forward. Then slowly we look forward. Slowly release the foot. Keep the feet where they are. Now place the left foot down again if you lift it. Or if you lift it for a second time. Then draw the right knee into the chest without using the hands. Tuck the right foot outside the left hip without using the hands. Squeeze it in. From here we come again to a twist. Right hand behind, left hand to the sky. Full breath in and exhale, we wrap. Take a full breath, press down, become taller. Exhale, find your twist here. Option if you want, you can always fold the leg into Ardha Matsyendrasana. And you can keep the arm wrapped around, you can take the elbow. If you got the bind, wrap the arm underneath the leg. You take hold of the wrist of your hand, you choose. And if you got your bind, you can always extend the right leg. But keep the heart open. Keep looking over the right shoulder. We take one more full breath. Then slowly bend the leg if you got it bent. Release the bind. Full inhalation, we look forward. Exhale, we take it to the side. And again here, you can stay here for a breath. Maybe cheeky Vinyasa. Hands to the ground. Tip the weight forward. Press the right arm to the inside of the right leg. And lift it. You can stay with the knees bent. Or we go with the legs extended. And then we take it back. We come down. And we lift up. Navasana. Finding your bow pose. Second round. If you got the knees bent, make sure the feet are not collapsing lower than your knees. Keep the heart open. And then we lower the right leg. Pointed toes, spiral thighs inwards. Flex the right foot. Place the right heel down. Knee comes into the heart. Using your core here. Reach forward with the hands. And take hold of that side of the foot. Left hand goes behind. Start straightening our left leg. Press down. Raise high. Left hand goes back. And again, if you want to, lift up the front foot. Point your toes to the right foot. Lean slightly back. Lift up the leg. But don't use the weight of the body to lift up the leg. But think of using your core, your mula bandha here. So the muscles at the bottom of the pelvic floor. Lifting, extending, heart open. And try not to cross the legs. So try to keep the legs in line. One more full breath here. And then we look forward. Release, floating. Place the right leg down if you have it lifted. Press down the heel. Knee into the chest. Slowly with other hands you cross and you place. The right leg can be extended or you can have the leg folded in. Your choice. Right hand to the sky, breathing. And exhale. We find the twist. And settle in. Think of pushing down every inhalation, every exhalation twist. The backhand is an indicator if you're collapsing back. So if the elbow is bent, generally means it collapses. So try to have the hand close to you. Try to close the gap here. And if you feel you're collapsing, you can always take a block and press on a block to stay nice and tall. And then you find that twist. And make sure if you've got the leg extended, you're pressing down with that right heel. Every inhalation you press, every exhalation we twist a little bit more. One more breath here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Slowly releasing. We turn to the other side. Full inhalation and exhale. We bow forward. And as we did before, you can stay there for a moment. Or you take your, this way, so you take your Vinyasa, lean forward and extend the legs. You can have the knees bent because of space. You choose your variation. And then we come back. We come back to our Navasana. This time, from Navasana, we're going to cross the legs. Use the hands, pull the feet in. Point the toes, extend the arms forward, and try to bring your knees as close as possible to your shoulders. Make yourself small, round. Then slowly start bringing the weight slightly further forward. Feet off the ground. Take the hands by your side. Chest starts moving forward. Hips move back. Press with the hands, slowly going through. Pushing back, finding your chaturanga. Or walking the hands forward and stepping back. And you're going to all meet eventually in downward facing dog. And from down dog, coming to lay on our backs, taking a couple back bends. So bend the knees, look forward, walk, step or float the feet through the arms, and come to lay on your backs. From here, you're going to bend the left knee, we're going to cross the right leg over the left. So like a figure four pose. Make sure the right foot is active, hands by your side, and I want you to have the left heel as close as possible to you, and you're going to press the left heel down as you soften the right hip, and allow the right knee to become like a weight, dragging the right hip down, but keep the right foot flexed, and pushing up to the pubic bone. Push down to the left heel, push down through the arms. Full inhalation as you press. full exhalation as you breathe out. Then slowly start bringing down the hips, inhale. And exhaling, slowly bring the right foot down to the mat. The shoulders don't change. Keep the chest or the torso flat on the ground. And try to bring the right hip down to the ground. And we breathe in, we breathe out. One more breath here. Inhaling, exhale. And then slowly coming back to center, swapping legs. Right foot comes down, left leg crosses. Hands to the mats. And we push through the right heel. We soften the left knee. Make sure the left foot is active to say or to protect your knee. You push through the right heel, push down through the hands. Keep the left knee being, or use the left knee as a weight. You should feel it here and your left hip flexes. Taking one more inhalation, deep exhalation, and slowly inhaling, you come down, exhaling, you twist to the right. We bring the right foot down, keep drawing the left hip down, sorry, left foot down, so drawing the left hip down. And again, breathing in, breathing out, maintaining your breath, last few poses. And then you come back to center, both feet to the ground, one more back bend. Now you've got choices here. You can take Setu Bandhasana, interlacing the fingers underneath the back, squeezing the shoulders, staying here. If you got your full wheel, hands by the ears, turn the fingers slightly out, allow the elbows to point directly up towards the ceiling. Then you can lift up, come on the crown of the head if you need, readjusting the hands, and then maybe coming all the way up. If you decide to come all the way up, maybe lifting the heels. If you got the heels lifted, walk the hands towards the feet, not the feet towards the hands, and try to bring the chest through the arms. You can always take a more yin back bend, taking a block, and you place the block underneath your lower back, or not so much lower back, but underneath your tailbone. And then you can even extend the legs if you want. And arms above the head as a bonus. So take your back bend. One more deep inhalation. One deep exhalation. Now let's lift up the heels. And then exhaling, slowly uncurl the spine. Upper spine, middle spine, lower spine. Slowly in your own way coming down. We're going to all meet, but drawing the knees into the chest. Wrapping arms around the shins or hands on the knees. Maybe taking the forehead to the knees, but trying to maintain a tailbone on the ground. So you still lengthen the spine. You can move side to side. You can draw circles with the knees. And then you're going to take the hands behind the knees and start making small rocks, but don't allow the legs to go long. Stay small, small. Try to maintain the forehead as close as possible to the knees. Slowly make those rocks bigger and bigger. And then we're going to all meet in Navasana. Balancing, hands reach forward, making sure the core is active before we take our closing. Then from here, we cross the legs, same thing as we did before. Use the hands. Squeeze the knees in, make yourself small. Push forward for the hands. Think of your crow here. Push the ground away. Now you can lift. Or if that you're still working on that, you can place the feet down, hands forward, but try to stay small. And then step back. You're going to meet in a plank position. Navadam Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Pushing back. Downward facing dog. Coming to our closing. So options here for your closing. If you got your tripod headstand or headstand practice, you can go for that. If you got a wall to use, you can use the wall. Make sure if you go for a headstand, fingers interlaced and you're cupping the back of the head, the elbows stay tight in. If you take a tripod, make sure the elbows don't go wide, so you squeeze in and the fingers should be just visible in front of the line of the eyes. If that's not your practice, never done it before, maybe come on your backs. Still working on closing the practice. So we come to lay on our backs. Two options here. Option one, that's my favorite. We simply lift the legs. Again, you can go to the wall, you can take a block, feet slightly apart, feet flexed, palms to the sky. Any inversion is all about that. Bringing the legs to the sky. In this case, flashing out the legs. Any energy that we don't need anymore. You can take it further up to your shoulder stand, Shalamba Sarvangasana, hands on the lower back, pointed feet, thighs spiral inwards. Try not to have the legs over the head, so push your hips forward. Try to find that straight line, lifting off the shoulders and not having the weight on the neck. And we breathe in, we breathe out. Now, if you went for your tripod or your headstand, and maybe decide to go for a second variation with the legs. So maybe legs over the head, straddle the legs, goddess. If you went to your shoulder stand, or maybe you got the legs up, only you decide to go for halasana, plow pose, so the legs come over the head, pointing the toes if you can, reaching the ground, or bend the knees, bring the knee to the floor. Other option, you can take happy baby, tailbone on the ground, taking hold of the outside of the edge of the feet, and you can even rock gently side to side, trying to maintain that tailbone glued to the ground as you drive the knees through the elbow towards the armpits. And if you went to halasana, you can take Karna Pindasana, ear pressure pose. So come to the small embryo pose. If you're still on your tripod or headstand, coming down to a child pose. Let me stay a few breaths here, allowing everything to slow down. Now if you're in your child pose, take your last vinyasa. We're going to all meet laying on our back. So if you're in your halasana, in your plow pose or shoulder stand, give yourself a moment to really reopen the chest. You can have the legs completely up or half shoulder stand. And then you can control the descent of your body. So first the spine, if you went all the way up, then making sure there's no blocks. Bending slightly the knees so the lower back doesn't get strained here. We slowly lower the legs. And we come to a last final pose, flashing the upper body. Fish pose, Matsyasana. So coming up to seated, you can sit on your hands or hands by your side, elbows to the ground. Use the fingers to pull yourself forward. The legs are active, thighs spiral in with chest opens. Then you can keep looking at your toes. You can look up, you can look back. Eventually the crown of the head comes to the ground, and if you want, you can lift up the legs, maybe lift up the hands, Uttana Padasana. From here we're going to close 3 lying breaths, flashing the upper body. Inhaling, open up the mouth, pull out the tongue. And again, inhale. Last one, the loudest one of all. Inhale. From here, releasing, chin to collar, slowly finding your Savasana. If you go a bolster, blocks, or anything that you can put underneath the knees, you can place underneath the knees, taking away any pressure from the lower back. You close your eyes, and you start finding a sense of complete release. The Ujjayi breath dissolves, the natural flow of breath is here now. You can feel the gentle raise and fall of the belly and chest, the belly and the chest. Maybe you can tune in with your heartbeat. And then bit by bit, allow your body to dissolve. It's the feet, then the legs. Feel the hips melting. Feel all those muscles in the back melting to the mat. Shoulders are soft, arms and hands and fingers relax. Relaxing the neck,
the jaw, allow the feet to gently, the teeth to gently come apart. And relaxing the face, the chin, the cheeks, the cheekbones. Soften the forehead, the eyebrows, a small space between the eyebrows, all the way down to the tip of the nose. Eyelids light, lips soft. And allow the tongue with every breath to expand and melt into your mouth. Slowly start deepening the breath. Slowly bring back gentle movement, first to the feet, to the legs, to the hands, to the arms. Maybe moving the head side to side. If you like to stretch arms above the head, full breath in as you lengthen. Exhale. From here, your choice if you want to stay a few more moments here. Maybe you like to bring the knees into the chest. Maybe you stay on your back, or you roll to one side, left or right. Up to you. And then wherever you are, take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Try to maintain eyes closed, slowly pushing yourself up to your comfortable seated position. Cross legs or sitting on your heels. Taking the prayer to the heart. Take the last few moments again to feel your body. Feel your breath. A moment to come back to your feelings, to your emotions, having that person share the practice in your heart. And a moment to come back to your thoughts, and intention and resolution in mind. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Closing the space all together, sealing the energy with one arm. Breathe in. Bow the head forward, a moment to thank all teachers, past and present. A moment to thank life, the biggest teacher of all. Most of all, I thank you for sharing your practice, your energy, your time with me this evening. Hope to see you on the internet soon. Thank you for being here, and namaste. Thank you so much. Feel free to leave comments, and again, hope to have you back in class soon. Thank you.